So one of the big topics each and every year at the APS conference is the importance of attracting young physicists into industry, and I'm absolutely delighted now to be joined by Jeff Hunt from Boeing and Barbara Jones from IBM to talk about the second Industry Day. First of all, thank you both very much indeed for joining us today, really appreciate that. So second Industry Day, what's the second Industry Day?
Well, second industry is nano to meso, and it's a study of things from how you can compute them and then grow them, right? And why don't you take over?
I caught that. I'm going to run with it now. So the basic notion is this. Everything in industry is driven by not just making it work, but making it work at a profit.
Right.
And that means that the old notion of, run to the lab and try it, this is just over, it's unaffordable, okay? On the other hand, the good news is that if computers have gotten better and better, you can make models, you can kind of know how things are going to be working even before you go off into the laboratory or before you go out into the manufacturing floor. That's the way we do things these days. Now, certainly you've heard the term additive manufacturing,
Sure.
but oh my God, this is so 5 years ago. The next thing is to say, okay, I've noticed trends already happening in the national laboratories where the notion is to say, instead of just starting with chunks of stuff and predicting how those are going to work, let's see if we can make the chunks down to atomic size, molecular size, and to say, how far can we carry those calculations up, and then to really form something that's truly predictive as opposed to, at some point, you got to go to a model.
Now, give me an idea of who's involved. What kind of industry, what kind of companies are there, and from where?
Yeah, so we have Dow, Boeing, IBM, Intel, HRI, Corning, others, and we're very excited to have these industrial speakers because we know how difficult it is for many of them to come even for one day, and that's why we're just having Industry Day to just be one day. Hopefully we can bring more industry people to the APS March meeting and get them accustomed to FIAP and to the March meeting in general.
How difficult is it to attract the best and the brightest into industry? Given there's 10,000 people here, there's physicists from all over the world, but how difficult is it to get young physicists who might want to go back and forth to the lab all day to actually come and work for a company?
It's challenging in the sense that you finish high school, you go off to college, you go off to graduate school, and there's this notion that, if I want to do real physics, that means I have to be in an academic environment because what else is there?
Right.
Of course, when I interview students and they say, I'm just a physicist or just a chemist, do my skills, apply to industry? And I've just developed a stock answer over the years. I say, oh no, we don't do any physics in my company. At that point, they become the silliness of their comment sort of becomes obvious, and I don't have to beat them over the head with it. The notion is, we don't know how to do everything arbitrarily. Okay? If we did, we could quit all this and gaze at the sky. But the point is that in industry, there are still challenges constantly. In the computer business, the semiconductor business, obviously, but like I said, even in the aerospace business, the pharmaceutical business, etc., etc. You need to understand your physics.
Yeah. And there'll be a third Industry Day next year?
Yes, absolutely, and we hope to make it a tradition. Yeah, and a different topic each year, and hopefully, that'll be announced in some months, and it'll be an exciting one, I'm sure.
Well, we'll look forward to it, and thank you both very much indeed for coming to join us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.